in the Philippines, we're hoping we will get a government, maybe in next election that is clean and a government that's non-corrupt.
When it will be?
In May this year. And we hope that, we possibly will have a clean government if Nino Aquino will get elected. And if the electronic voting system will be clean. There's a chance of a new regime. It has to come from government. In every country, they're the protectors of the people. They have the power and the authority to protect everybody. That's why they're in government. So within the Philippines, as you know, governments are very corrupt. Right now, the money, it's a very wealthy country. The Philippines is full of minerals. The rich elite are 200 families run the country. They run the Congress. They own the government. They have all their relatives in the police and military. They allow the multinationals to go inside the Philippines and do what they like, provided that the multinationals gives a share to those rich families, of the money. So now we have the poor people from the countryside are driven to the slums of the city because their land is taken away for mining. And so now here we have an international campaign with Preda and other groups to fight against the mining industry and the corrupt politics behind it. Because the Philippines is very rich, but they are stealing the land of these indigenous people. We've had good success. What changed? We've got now, only last month, the whole mountain range has been declared, the sacred ancestral domain of these tribal people. And we're helping them to replant. Because the deforestation of the Philippines, the rich oligarchy, the rich families cut all the trees, sold them. So now the deforested place has to be planted. So we're trying to make mixed planting of many native trees, but also a special amount of mango trees, which is very important.
Do you think that the Philippines can keep his tourism business without prostitution and sexual abuses and pedophiles?
I mean, how does tourism thrive in other places? I mean, it's not all. I mean, there is a problem in every town or every country. We know that. In the Philippines, they can make a huge reduction by promoting, absolutely banning the other one, because it has a bad reputation. They don't realize they're losing all the family tourism of the world. We promoted family tourism when we got rid of the military bases and succeeded. Ecotourism, the rainforest inside the huge military reservation is still intact with wildlife. And there's even, sort of a zoo area there. Thousands of Filipino tourists go there. And there's also ocean adventure, which is, it's got dolphins, but it's better than sex tourism. And, so this kind of, and there's lots of new hotels and music and band and culture, is growing there to replace the sex tourism. So at least the good work we have been able to achieve is positive in every case, replacing the bad stuff with something that's much better and showing it works. So we're not going to cure the problem right away. You have trafficking of women. The worst now is coming from Romania and Ukraine into Europe. Even here, I'm in Bilbao, and they said they found a Thai woman alone that was just rescued, in Bilbao, and she was there, no pay, nothing, locked in a room, and one guy, one tourist, was very shocked, one realized that she was being trafficked and not paid and was a slave, sex slave, so he reported to police. So the NGO group in Bilbao told me about this case, and they rescued the child and so on. So it happens everywhere. That's the only message. But whether you can stop it, no. Human nature is quite corrupt.
After all you have seen, do you still believe in human beings?
It's hard, you know, it's very hard. Well, believe in human beings, of course, we support, no, of course, we believe in the goodness of the human person. There's so many good people we know and meet, although we have to look on human nature from the sad side where it's only this species on the planet who sexually abuse their own children. So it's a big question of what, you know, what is the evil that can corrupt good people who are maybe born innocent. They're born innocent. Where is this bad influence that changes their mind, that makes them either criminals, that makes them child abusers, or whatever? Who knows? It's complicated, but the only thing we can do is to lead a life of dignity ourselves and try to spread that dignity and spread the message, no, of information, of enlightenment. The truth will maybe set free, no, many captives, no, captives of ignorance, captives of poverty, captives of the sex industry, working for freedom, no, maybe, and peace, no, this is a way of working for peace. You know, I think many of the, just aside, many of the dictators of the world, no, were victims of child abuse. No, many of them are become torturers because they were tortured, become abusers because they were abused. They become killers because they saw no violence in their life. And so maybe that's why we got our, people are giving us these nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize and other human rights awards, because they see, they believe that, you know, the punishment of children and the abuse against children causes terrible violence in the world. They grow up full of anger. You know, I was saying earlier, when we bring in these victims of child abuse into the Preda home, I have all therapists and people I've trained, and the children are encouraged to cry out all their emotions, release, no, all the pain that they suffered, and the anger and the hatred that pours out of these little kids. No, it's unbelievable. They're full of hatred and anger at the adults. You betrayed us. Why did you do this to me? You're supposed to protect me. You're supposed to love me, but you raped me. Wow, you know, that's about how many fathers have done this to their children. So, yeah, victims of abuse are really full of all this anger. And even my own personal story, going to school in Ireland, you know, we were treated very badly. Even the school system, they beat you, they slap you, you're punished. It's always punishment, psychological also. And no real encouragement, no real affirmation or support for us when we were going through that. And as revealed in Ireland, terrible institutional abuse has been discovered, no, and revealed in recent years. Clergy abuse of children, shocking, disgusting, and the church everywhere has to look at itself and has to be challenged as to its own responsibility with regarding child abuse among clergy and among its congregation. I don't hear many statements of defending the rights of abused children, help and everything for victims. That's a huge issue now for the institutional church, and they have to address it. I mean, again, you know, all sorts of sexual abuse and all sorts of exploitation of children is a power game, no? The perpetrators have power, whether they're the fathers of the children or the elder brother, some relative who has power over the child. They want to abuse that power. People in authority, no, schools, teachers, everybody can do this. Clergy abuse the power and position. And so this is the challenge society has today.